You can either work some overtime, start making more money, a side hustle. And by the way, you guys, a side hustle is a thing of today. It's a thing that everybody pretty much is doing. It's no shame in having a side hustle. Get something over to the side that will help you bring in that extra money to make ends meet. When people are doing these side hustles, they're getting out of debt, they're investing more, they're saving more, they're living the life that they want to live. While it shouldn't surprise you, the one thing that people have always struggled with is saving money. Let's delve into this and see why. I'm Adrian from Adrian's Avenue, and I talk about things that are rich, relatable, and relevant that will help you make better decisions. Let's jump right into this one. Saving money can absolutely be a financial challenge for most folks, especially in this time of high inflation, high interest rates, and maybe near recession. But the one thing that we can count on is our income coming in. Now, the one thing that will go against your income coming in is your living expenses. And this will entail either your rent or your mortgage, your car expenses, your food, just basic living expenses can pull from your income. And we know this to be true as far as the facts are concerned. And so what we need to do is look at our living expenses to see how high they are. Why live in a place that's extravagant, that you're paying rent and you're paying off the mortgage for your landlord, while you could live in a nice, safe place and get those into an area where it won't be such a strain on your income that you have coming in? So take a look at your basic living expenses. How much are you spending on food? How much are you expending on transportation? What are you paying for your car payment? Is it really worth it, or can you move down in car payments and get something that's more reasonable? What are you paying for these apartments or houses that you may be living in? You know, consider living in a safe place. Consider living in a place that may be close to your job or something that's convenient for you. But it doesn't have to be a place that you show off to your friends or say, hey, look what I have. Look at all the amenities I have. I know that in downtown Austin, to see the city skyline, to see the city around you and the people below, you're going to pay a premium for that. So consider these things when we're talking about saving money to make sure we're doing the right thing with our money. Now, another area that can help deplete your savings is impulse spending. And we know what that is when we go through the grocery line and they have it right there at eye level, gum and mints and things that, oh, it's just a small amount, I'll just get this. This will make it more convenient for me. We use these kind of excuses to buy things, and those little things add up. And especially in inflation, they're getting higher and higher to go through the line and just pick up these little things, pick up a magazine maybe that will be $4.99, $5.99, $7.99, and we'll take it, read it once, set it on the table, and then that's it. These are little impulse things that we buy that will deplete our savings if we let it. So let's be careful with the little things that we buy, because the little things add up, add up, add up. Next thing you know, you've spent $15, $20 extra on these little things that may be convenient, that, oh, let me just do it because it's only $2 or $2.99, whatever it is. Let's keep these in mind, that impulse spending, just buying things without planning for it, just because you see it and you want it now, let me go ahead and get it. That's impulse spending, and it will pull on your savings. Lack of budgeting is another area that will pull on your savings. When you don't know what you're spending your money on, how much you're spending it on, if you're overspending in certain areas, this will pull on your savings. And when you don't have a category in your budget for savings, monthly savings account, monthly money that you're putting away in your budget, this will pull on your savings. And this will be a reason why you can't save as much money as you'd like to save, or you can't save just on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. It's not a line item in your budget. And when you don't know where your money is going, it's hard to keep track with what you can actually have money to save for. So make sure we look at this and get the budget straight. When we get the budget straight, we'll get the savings straight. Just like saving money is a big deal to me, it's also a big deal for you to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you. And share this one out. Someone may need to save more money. This next category will absolutely be a struggle if you don't have enough income coming in. Insufficient income will hinder you from saving because you're trying to cover all your monthly expenses and you just don't have enough coming in to have that little extra gap in between your income and your outgo for your monthly household in order to have money to either save or invest. So it will absolutely affect you. What you need to do is look at your income. Is there a way that you can either work some overtime, start making more money, a side hustle? And by the way, you guys, a side hustle is a thing of today. It's a thing that everybody pretty much is doing. It's no shame in having a side hustle. Get something over to the side that will help you bring in that extra money to make ends meet. When people are doing these side hustles, they're getting out of debt, they're investing more, they're saving more, they're living the life that they want to live. Yes, it's going to take some extra time out of your daily life, the time that you're spending, but it is well worth it if you can either save some more, and it's a temporary thing. It can be a temporary thing. That you can save some more and get the things done in life that you really want to get done. Get them done now. One thing that nobody plans for are those unexpected expenses. It's hard to know when the car is going to break down, or some appliance in the house is going to break down, or some medical issue may come up. Unexpected expenses that you have to pay now, those can pull on your savings. And so if you don't have an emergency fund to help with that, it can pull straight out of the savings account, the things that you've been saving for, the money that you've set aside for savings. So those unexpected things are things that we don't know is going to happen, but we know life will happen and it will affect us. So the best thing we can do is plan for some of those unexpected things that will happen. But unexpected expenses that come in can get you and rip you of your savings account. And let's face it, guys, this one is on us. Social pressure and peer pressure. We want to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the people that we hang out. If somebody buys a nice pair of jeans and we are out shopping, if we don't purchase anything, they start, saying, aren't you going to get something? We're out shopping. I bought this. And, so you may feel a little left out if you don't. Or if we're in social organizations that everybody has to buy a t-shirt, or if we're even in church groups where they're asking for certain things, everybody is in this certain group and they're expecting for you to participate in some type of financial way. These are things that can pull on our savings accounts. So make sure we are paying attention to these things, and whatever you can afford, do what you can afford. But if you can't afford, don't succumb to the social pressure, your peer pressure to buy things that are not in your budget, the things that you cannot afford. Remember, it's your money and no one's going to pay your bills if, from that group, nobody's going to pay your bills if a bill falls short 1 month just because you pulled the money out of the savings or you couldn't save enough to get your bills paid that you participated in the groups that you're in. Pay attention to all these little things because it's the little things that pull from our savings and reasons why we say to ourselves, I don't have enough to save. And the last thing that I'll discuss with you is lack of discipline. Because if we go to the grocery store and let's say we cut up all the coupons that are necessary and we save $15, $20, what are we doing with that $15 or $20 that we've saved from the grocery store or supposedly saved from the grocery store? Are we disciplined enough to set it aside? And the thing is, if you know that you're not disciplined enough to do certain things, best thing to do is to make it automatic. If you have that extra money, that gap that we talked about from your income and your outgo, just go ahead and start putting that $5, $10, $15, $20 a week or a month aside automatically. Let it come out of your check automatically and go into your savings account. That way, if you don't have to physically do something and make an effort to move it from one account to the next, because that may not ever happen. You may not be disciplined enough to do that. And so the best thing to do is just have it out of sight, out of mind. Let it do it automatically and you'll see your savings start building up and you won't have to worry about that self-discipline that you know that you probably won't do if it's left up to you. I hope I've at least opened up your mind to realizing that yes, you can save. It's something that you may want to consider, something that you probably need to do, but you can save the money that you need to save. Consider the things that we've talked about. Get your income up to the level where you need to have that gap between the income coming in and the outgo of your household, and get it on in your budget somewhere as a line item. Make it automatic. We've talked about several suggestions to help you save. I don't want you to have the excuse that I just can't save money when I've given you reasons that you can save money. And the next thing you want to do also is to get a reason to save. If there is a car that you want, if there's a house that you want to buy, if there are trips that you want to go on, these are reasons to save. Most people just don't save because, oh, it's a good idea to save. They have to have a reason. And once you put a reason in place, you can see the money grow and get closer to that reason, and your whole family can start pitching in when it comes to that. So keep all these things in mind and go out and start saving that money.